Martina. Vedanta.
Isaac, can you speak again, please?
With pleasure. Did that work?
Now, yes. I like just good evening, good morning. I love to speak about what Martina was saying, because I know this very well, that again and again so much can come up. And my idea was also, after many years like being in this field, it shouldn't be like this. And yesterday I felt, I love to share it actually, because I woke up in the morning and suddenly I had the feeling something is missing. And then I could realize it was a cloud of depression, heaviness, something like this. It was continuously my whole life there. It was, and last time when we were together and I said, oh, again, the experience shouldn't be like this. And it felt a bit weird when the experiences were like a rush of many experiences. And it was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But then there was such a peace afterwards. It was so beautiful. But then this night and this morning, something went, and I don't want to, if it's no choice, but I just want to share it. It was so beautiful. And the feeling, I never want to, how to say, Beschwerde. I don't want to say this not again or something, just welcoming whatever comes up, and to be held in this is just so beautiful. Yeah, this is very nice, very beautiful. And then there's something else I would love to speak about. This was the SE work. Last time a lot was speaking about this, and I have no training, even though for my wanting I would have loved, but it didn't happen. Money, health, and all this. But I had sessions, and 2 years ago when we started, I said to you, I should have some trauma sessions again, because so much came up. And you was like, not real. It was like the feedback was no, something like this. And there was such a relief in my system that, and then I can say now that there is such a workaholic, trauma-based workaholic inside me was running. And even so with my health, I couldn't work so much outside, but everything was just the inner work. And so the trauma therapy couldn't really grab, because I used it as a working on myself. So I feel so grateful even for this little impulse. I just wanted to share this also. Yes. Yeah, that was it for now, actually. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Vedanta. feet. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Issue today is hi. I said thank you. Hi. Issue today is this habit of treating the body not really kind, and it must have some early root, or trauma root. It's not like the sense of peace is not there then, but a sense of, well, yeah, I cannot see clearly in this. I really don't see clearly. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And if the body doesn't feel easy because you eat shit, then it loops, and so on. And the habit is to not treat the body kindly, not a kind
you
way.
know, yeah. So you notice that habit,
Say again?
and then that habit is noticed, yeah?
Yeah.
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 And then is it possible to be gentle with that?
Yeah.
You know it'll change again.
Yeah.
Or you could say the attention can get busy with it, and the mind gets busy with it, or thinking gets busy with it, and then it spins. But if there's just gentleness, you know, it's just it'll pass.
It'll pass for sure.
Yeah. And
But
so you no need to but is
yeah.
where the trouble is. Yeah. Something, you know, then it moves into wanting to solve it or fix it. And that just always makes it worse.
Sure.
So it's just going through a phase where it's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, the moment there's a resting feet,
Yeah.
and not trying to fix it or change it, or it's a relief, yeah.
Yeah, it's more than it goes in the direction of pissed offness. What is this for a fucking
even that
pattern?
pissed offness is, even that pissed offness, why get involved with that?
Yeah.
It's a temporary guest at best.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. it's like there is no I, of course, but it's like I don't want this body. I don't want to have a body. I don't want. It's extreme.
See, even this. Why touch it? Why touch it? Why
Okay.
involve yourself at all with it, feet?
Okay.
Really?
Hmm. Hmm.
It moves so quickly then into trying to fix it or trying to change that or something. But yeah,
Well, taking
just
it
thoughts.
personal.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're out of a job, man.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, it's like
Yeah, it's just thoughts.
these troubles, what we call our troubles, are actually reference points. They're familiar reference points. And when they start to fall away,
Hmm.
you know, it's like there's a deep sense of just, you know, we don't recognize, we don't know. That's why sometimes it can feel to people like they've lost everything. They've lost all the reference points, all the goals, and
Yeah.
and suddenly you're just here, you know. It's like, and first it can feel very strange.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So they old reference points, old
Yeah.
places where identification and a sense of identity would rise up.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you can, not to pick up on it, just
Hmm.
leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simply recognizing awareness is always here,
Hmm.
regardless of experience.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
useful piece of information. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool
Really.
feed.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
You're welcome. Liz. Hey, Liz.
Isaac. I kind of wanted to talk to you a bit about intention. I don't seem to have much of it. And
Fantastic.
for instance, I might be swimming and I think I'm going to do 100 steps to the other end or something like this. So there it is, and I'm interested. And I set off and I'm walking across the pool. I might do 3 steps and then I just stop.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with it.
Yeah, I get it. You know,
But
it's
really,
funny because intention is really in time. We enter into time in that, you see. So, and then it's like, usually with a good intention or a good idea that it's going to bring something and we're going to get somewhere, or this is healthy for us or something, you know, and then suddenly we've entered into this, you know,
contract.
like being in time. And it's an old habit, you know, it's an old conditioning. And
Well, it is a way of getting around in the world, it seems to me, because without this intention or this plan, which does seem like a kind of harness, I must say, but without it, it's like you kind of, what can be done, you know?
It's weird. It functions another way, you know. It's like puppetry would sometimes, like he'd tell everybody, look, I'm going to go to, he loved Rishikesh and Hardwar, and so he'd say, okay, I'm going to go to Rishikesh. Everybody would rush to the train station, buy tickets, and puppetry would go to the train station and he would just take a train, come wherever, some place. He didn't. It's, you know, it's kind of like, I guess somehow we can talk listening to that, the little yeses and nos. You're at the train station and something says, get on that train. And you might have had some idea of going somewhere, but you just, and yeah, he would report, you know, he'd come to some place and there'd be some guy who, they'd have a conversation. The sky would suddenly have this huge seeing and he'd go, oh, that's why I had to come here. And then he'd leave again. But, you know, it's just random. It's like the wind blowing without really knowing what's going on. It's a beautiful way to function. It's just, you know, we're so used to thinking, having goals and trying to accomplish something. And that's our conditioning, right? It's not like an animal. As animal is just there eating food and maybe instinctually it knows, okay, it's time to go do something, but it's just like we've lost that way of innocent, you know, like really in tune functioning, I would say. So yeah, it sounds nice what's happening to you. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No. Okay. Nothing much happens, of course, you know, because
No, but how perfect. Nothing needs to happen, you know. It's like if something needs to happen, I mean, if suddenly you need to pee, you'll either pee your pants or you'll find a toilet. It's like
okay. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Isaac.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's, you know, it's the antithesis of how we were raised. You know, you think of Ramana Maharishi's life, you know, somehow he got moved to go and sit under a mango tree. And then he sat there for 3 years. And then at some point he got up and he literally moved about 100 meters to another tree and he sat there for a few more years. You know, in the West, we would say that was, you know, something wrong with him, but yet people came around him and they would drop into such a deep silence and such a deep beauty, and you know, and he literally just sitting under a tree.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You see, it has the same effect now. I have nothing to say to you, you know.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Really. I mean, when I look at how much, you know, how much useless talking happens, it's just like, you know, they're just resting together and yeah, what happens in that silence and just like the feeling how it meets itself.
Yeah, there's this whole spectrum from that being in a harness, you know, and being trapped, and then it's complete relaxation, but then something about the heart and something about tears and crying, the other end. Yeah. Thanks, Isaac.
Oh, beauty. Thanks, Liz. Yeah. Cool. Stefan, you say Evangelia.
Good evening, Isaac.
Hi.
I just wanted to sit with you and just share something. It seems like the system, like as if the pores have opened and I receive life much more intense. But for example, when I'm outside in the metro or whatever, and father is quite not treating his child so well, but not anything dramatic. I just get, it really goes under my skin, and it doesn't make me, you know, I'm very surprised that I'm so, I'm responding. It's like a vulnerability, but it's not connected with fear, but I could cry even or something. So
Yeah, I can understand.
yeah.
You
So
know,
it,
to me, a language that is like your heart's just breaking open, because it's breaking open for the father who doesn't know better, for the son who's not getting the information that all is well, for life. I mean, of course.
but my system cannot distinguish. Do I project sort of when I was young and these things happened? Like, is this like a triggering, or is this like?
Okay, so this thought now, okay, can you ever really know?
No, I can't.
No. So then what's the use of it?
Well, it's trying to orient, you know, to.
Yeah, and does it work?
Does it
work? Does it work?
Okay. So I keep my mouth shut now, and I just would like to.
No, but just stay with it. So that comes up, like wanting to try and figure something out. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, how many times has that happened this lifetime?
All the time.
Millions. And we never know. That's it. We don't know.
At the same time, when I have this thought, I can go inside of me and see how my body feels, like if something personal is coming up or something like this. Not to get rid of it, just to.
Yeah, for what purpose?
To clarify, is it compassion or is it therapy?
And what will that give you?
For the ego, it's very important.
Okay, yeah, so good. If there's an interest in having an ego.
So that I don't fool myself. Then I will think, oh, I'm so compassionate now, you know.
Yeah, so who could fool who?
Nobody, no one.
Nobody. It's funny what thinking does, eh? It's like I can fool myself. I mean, it sounds so sweet, but yet it's, yeah.
So you just rely on knowing without taking an instrument and really sort of, don't ask me now who is doing that, but I'm just saying, you know, like you have an experience and then.
So now there's this question, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful question, yeah? Let's put it on the altar and let's worship this question for a few years, just to see if this is it's valuable to really spend time with this thought. And maybe we'll have a big realization or something. If we,
But you know, yeah, there's a
so
but,
then the next but comes. Yeah, good.
which is like this, what is happening is not to be understood. That's for clear. We
Yeah.
cannot understand what is happening, okay? Who are we? But anyway. So this system knows that.
Yeah, and movements happen, and somehow believing these movements happens.
Yeah, and there
And
might come,
so that'll keep going on until grace, or somehow we just see, look, it's all pointless. It doesn't bring anything.
yeah, but
It's
isn't
always the same thing. It wants to help in some way, wants to help, but what it does in the moment is, you could say, thinking is worshipped. It's like this thinking can solve the problem. Somehow there's a problem, a felt sense of a problem, and thinking can help.
what?
And it wants to help. So just, maybe next time it'll work. If it's, if it hasn't worked the last 10 million times, maybe 10 million and one will work. Has it ever worked?
Well, the last thing I want to say is, for me, it's like it would be an exploration with no aim, but it would be an exploration, an unfocused exploration. And now you're going to say, that's an interesting thought. It's just a thought. Does it help you? It doesn't.
Yeah, cool. So you don't need me to speak anymore.
I do. I really do.
Yeah, it's, our thinking is the capacity to solve problems. And if there's the slightest sense of dis-ease, of not being at peace, not being at ease, our thinking wants to try and help us. The difficulty is that the thinking produces the unease. So it's a never-ending cycle. It produces the unease that it wants to fix and wants to. So it just keeps running, like forever. And it works the same in all of us. It's no different in any one of us. And it just does the same loop and same cycle again and again and again, thinking, fooling itself that it's making progress, or that it's now suddenly more you, or something like that. But it's a misunderstanding, that's all. Not more.
How would you describe something that you somehow receive and you put it in words? Is that also thinking?
Yeah, it's like in this millisecond, we're receiving the totality of everything. But usually we don't notice it because our attention is focused through a very narrow focus on a thought, on a feeling, on something. And so
So can we rest just a little bit?
when are we going to start? Did we stop?
Well, I was focused on the content.
I see. So in just that, that way of thinking, I was focused, when in actuality attention was focused. So the question is, are you your attention? Or are you that which is aware of attention?
I can never answer this question.
Yeah.
I still don't know who is it's awareness that is doing this, isn't it? Putting the attention.
Now thinking has got a new theory at once.
Woo. I give it up for today.
Yeah. In my view, the giving up is something that happens in the seeing that it's useless. If I gave you a big strainer,
What's this?
and I said, a strainer, like a tea strainer that you make tea with, it's a hoop with little holes in it, yeah?
All right.
And I said, go down to the ocean and empty the ocean for me with that strainer. You put it in the water, and as soon as it comes out the water, there's no water in it, or maybe a drop or two, but how long will you work at that?
I have
Emptying the ocean.
You would work forever, but the holes would become smaller and smaller.
No.
Thank you so much, Isaac.
Connie. Annelies.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Annelies.
Can we sit together for a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Can you speak, Isaac? I can't see you.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yes. You.
Okay. Yeah. So someone had their mic on, and so
Yeah. There's a lot happening, but it's quiet at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah.
just beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Annalise. Yeah. Mm. Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Isaac.
In your own direct knowing, who are you?
Right now, no one,
Hmm.
kind of.
Yeah.
The contrast in daily life with this place
Mm.
is very unsettling sometimes.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, if we've been functioning through the sense of I and all the conditioning, if that's kind of falls away, then there's no reference points. There's no one to hold on to anything, but it's certainly not familiar, and many times it's not comfortable. Mm.
Could you speak about health issues?
Sure.
Because there is a belief that I am the cause of the chronic condition I have, but also with it comes the thought that I can solve it.
Mm. Do you feel comfortable to say what the condition is?
I have also ulcerative colitis, which is like Crohn's disease.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And so there is the thought that it's because my mind is too anxious in daily life, and I'm too stressed and fear of many things that
Okay,
cause
so
my body to hold. So that
yeah. And in this moment, just from here, just resting here now, how does all that seem, that fear and all that stuff?
it's painful. The fear.
Okay, yeah. And so you're just now looking at this fear. What is fear?
Holding on,
To
control.
what? To what?
I don't know.
No. Why would that happen?
Fear of dying if I'm
And
not holding on.
So holding on to the fear is going to stop you dying?
No,
No. So what's its function? It wants to help you not die, or
yeah, it thinks it can help me.
okay. And so now just looking at it directly and saying, does it help you?
No,
Okay, so it's not necessary. Wants to help, but it's confused, huh? So whatever that fear was, what was it actually? The thought, feeling, vibration. Can you say?
it's like an automatic
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah. Does that pattern have any more relevance or use? And is it good for anything that you can think of? And don't be rational, just let it bring up whatever it needs to bring up.
It's like it's like it thinks it did help me.
Yeah. And so just look and see, did it help you?
It didn't not really, I suppose. I mean, it helped me not to collapse.
Okay,
Maybe in that
so
very
that
moment.
moment,
Just
yeah,
hold,
so good.
to
So,
hold on.
yeah, so it helped in that moment. Okay, it's necessary in this moment. Okay, and this moment. Okay. And without trying to let go of it or do anything, just see in the seeing that it's not necessary right now, that something just chill a little bit, or does it get more intense, or it stays the same? What do you notice?
Right now, I think it's not here.
Okay, cool. And just, we're resting here and somehow there's communion or communication or information being exchanged, but just tuning into that information that's kind of happening here just as we rest together. And how do you sense that information exchange?
It's peaceful and open.
Hmm. Cool. Excuse me. How's the feeling of energy in your body at this moment? Are there any tingles or tickles or flows that feel good or yum?
It just feels like when you see, very still water,
Okay,
that feels
cool.
like really soft, like really.
Yeah, beautiful. And how does your belly feel when we rest like this?
Actually quiet and part of the totality, because oftentimes it feels like something outside of a contraction, and it's like heavier than the rest of my body. And right now it's just part of it.
Fantastic. And just very gently, just without a right way or wrong way, just how do our bellies meet? Just belly to belly. In a funny way, in a fierce way, in a simple, enjoyable way.
In a soft way.
In a soft way. Cool. And that, how does that inform your whole nervous system in your body?
Well, it's peaceful, it's quiet.
Yeah, fantastic. Cool, Claire. And feel free to come again if you something wants to reveal itself. Can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ah, Giovanni. Sana.
Hi.
Hi. What can you describe?
Resting.
One more time.
Resting.
Resting.
Last time we spoke, you guided me to feel your invitation. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And now feeling the invitation of totality.
Oh, it's a little scary.
Speak a little more.
It feels big.
That's big, yeah. Where's the boundary?
I don't know. It feels like I'm only tasting and it's big and yeah. And it's flowing.
It's
Flowing.
flowing. Okay. Yeah. And how does Tatali speak to itself in the form of sana? You can be poetic, or you can keep quiet, however you want to do.
Thank you.
Beautiful sana.
Thank you also, Isaac.
Yeah. Suresha.
Hi. Can you speak, Isaac?
Yeah, I can, except I don't have you on my screen.
Yes,
I
okay.
have
I'm here.
to come back. Yeah, I see you.
I just like to rest
Okay.
with the totality. Is there holding back in the system?
I have no idea.
Okay, that's good. Hmm.
Probably.
Mhm. No, we don't go there. Hmm. Hmm. Mm.
Thank you.
So much. Mm.
I'll see you, Daphne. I'll be with you in a second. Okay. Daphne. Daphne. 1 second.
Hi, just
That's there.
1 second.
Cool. I see you. You see me?
Yes, I see him.
Cool.
I wanted to say what a joy you are, but what a joy we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
I also want to share to the Sangha. So I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed to be part of this Sangha.
All right. Yeah. It loves meeting itself beautifully, huh?
Mm.
Oh, so good. Yes, sir. Mm. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Bas, for hosting. I don't where's Bas here. Ah, there you are. Cool. Thanks, Bas, for hosting. Love, peace, beauty. Ciao.